Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jeff, and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we are trying to do today is we are playing a Biogenic Duplicate deck. We are trying to duplicate this guy right here, Biogenic Ooze, a 5 converted mana cost, 3/2 green. It's an Ooze 2/2. When Biogenic Ooze enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green Ooze creature token. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each Ooze you control. So as it enters the battlefield, you create four power worth of stuff there, and then at the end you pump them all up, and so you get 6 power altogether. Two things that are fairly easy to remove, so there is that, and this guy can die fairly easily. But on the next turn, you can pay 4 mana, create another Ooze, and put counters on everything again on your end step. So if this is allowed to get out of control, it gets way out of control. And so that's what we're trying to do with the deck. We're trying to make this out of control. And we're trying to do the same thing with Tendershoot Dryad and a few other cards as well. But so Biogenic Ooze, what we're trying to do is duplicate it with Quasi-Duplicate, the Replicate. We also have the Repudiate on the side as well, where we can counter target activated ability or triggered ability, but Replicate does copy it as well. And then we have our Mirror Image, we have our Helm of the Host. Metamorphic Alteration kind of works as well. We almost want to use that with our Saprolings to occasionally copy opponents' creatures, but otherwise we're just trying to ramp up into big stuff, do some awesome things, trying out our Incubation Druid. I don't have any way to try to put a counter on him besides his Adapt, but we're going to see how that works, because I'm really interested to see if that's good. I think I'm just as good as Druid of the Cowl. It doesn't block as much. It's not quite as good, but we're going to see if it has legs here, so we're going to try it out. And then otherwise, we have River's Rebuke to kind of give us a finishing blow. Zagana also works well with the Biogenic Oozes, where it can also put, anything with a counter has trample, so we can finally get through with damage, just in case we're up against tokens or something like that. And anyway, that's the deck. So we're going to go ahead and get into the gameplay right away and see how this goes. Wish me luck. Alrighty, against Jeremy Knoll. Bring it on. If you guys would please subscribe, like the video, all that stuff. Really helps me out a ton. We have Llanowar turn 1, so we're going to keep this. That is kind of the goal of the deck. And even just to duplicate him to try to get to bigger stuff is worthwhile. Not the island. We want the forest. And Llanowar. Pass the turn. Incubation Druid, we might just play that next turn and try to get to where we can put Adapt right away if we don't have anything else. That might just be our better play. Simic Ascendancy, yes! This is a fun thing to play against. Alright, I'm actually super excited. Alright, so Island, Incubation Druid. And we're going to swing in, so we can actually adapt this next turn. We get tons of mana, possible at least. And I've actually been brewing around his deck here, so I'm trying to see what he does. But well, we do have the Biogenic Ooze, so we're going to start doing that. Yep, Biogenic Ooze, create an Ooze, and end step, put some counters on. And kind of wish when I had Simic Ascendancy. Honestly, this deck could probably play one copy of it, because if we get Oozes out, but it's literally the only thing that does it. So anyway, they're playing the Merfolk version of this. Yep, put some counters on here, and it's we're trying to look for River's Rebuke. That's going to be the best thing, because we get to reset the whole board with that. But Hinterland Harbor, let's see here. Do we have enough blue mana for all of this? All right, so Mirror Image, copy Biogenic Ooze, create another Ooze, Replicate, copy Biogenic Ooze. Alrighty, and now no attacks. We're gonna just let ourselves gain a few counters here for everything. Our board's gonna get a little bit bigger. Alright, there we go. That's not bad. Oh, it's so fun. Yep. And do we actually have Quasi-Duplicate next turn? Yeah, because we have the blue mana here, we can't actually do it twice, so we're gonna go for it. So pay the 2 life, Quasi-Duplicate 1 time on Biogenic Ooze, and Quasi-Duplicate a 2nd time on Biogenic Ooze. I love the sound this makes when it comes out. Yeah, discard the forest. And I think this was the perfect hand. Like, this is what we were dreaming of right here. I wish I could say thanks, just can't say it. 6 attackers. I mean, this is, yeah, a good game. But still, like, we could have gotten even bigger. That is so fun. Okay. Yep, I like that a lot. Alrighty, against Electric VIP. And, let's see what we've got here. Well, we don't have untapped mana for this Llanowar. This is a different version of the deck, so we're going to keep this. It's actually, I mean, it's not a bad hand at all. Just not quite beautiful. Death Touch. Alright, well, we're going to get down Hinterland Harbor because if we find a forest, then we want to double Llanowar Elves here, for certainly. The Twilight Panther. Interesting. Interesting for sure. Well, with that, I think what we do is we get down tap land and get down a Llanowar Elves. No reason to really Incubation Druid just yet. It doesn't do a ton for us. I mean, I guess the one thing it could do is that it could produce another green mana for us to put more stuff out, but this does the same thing. Yeah, it does the exact same thing. So no blocks. Alright, so they are playing Spirits, I'm guessing. We'll see if they have blue in here as well. Alright, well, play Island, play Llanowar Elves. We are going to have a lot of mana. Alright, so just making sure, yeah, Incubation Druid, and then, yeah, we have the Llanowar Elves for Llanowar Elves. And so we can just start getting this guy pumped up and then do Zagana, a bunch of other fun stuff. Like, there's some cool things we can do next turn. I think we have enough for that. And Llanowar Elves. And honestly, just making a 2/4 guy is not bad at all. Or I guess it's adapt 3, so it'd be a 3/5. Not bad. Alright, pass the turn. And what you got? What you got? Glass of the Guild Pact. Alright, so he's also going for the Spirit Plan. I built a deck around this not too long ago, so no blocks. We're going to take our beats again for a while. We're getting pretty low, unfortunately, but going to be able to do some fun stuff. So one thing we can do here first is it better just to go Spore Crown Thallid? Let's see here. Let's adapt him. It's a lot of splashing going on with this adapt. It does it the entire time while you're waiting for a response. That's kind of fun, actually. I mean, it's kind of gross, too. It's a lot of juices and stuff. But what you gonna do, sir? Got anything for me? Oh, hey, it works. All right, perfect. And then we will go ahead and Zagana. I think it's a little bit stronger plan at this point, just because we can actually block them. The issue is if we kill this, then they get a flyer. They can kind of fly over us. And no attacks. Pass the turn. These Death Touchers will definitely be able to get in. They don't count as multicolored. They actually have to have no multicolor up in the top side of it, or say that it's both colors. But we will block here, and yeah, just block there. Alright, so I think we can kick Sapling Migration and play both Spore Crown Thallids next turn now. They are being pretty aggressive, so we're going to have to be careful with this. Having a big guy isn't bad either. Well, let's go on this plan now. Tendershoot Dryad. Spore Crown Thallid. So I want to swing with Zagana, but if I kill this guy, then we are pretty close to just dead next turn. But these saplings that we're going to be able to create are great blockers for... do we actually want to make 2 more saplings instead here? They're 4/4s. I think it's actually better just to play it a little safer here. We're pretty close to dead, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. I think it's a little safer than playing, like waiting and trying to get all of them off there. So no attacks this turn. We start creating saplings, and next turn we can swing in pretty much for lethal. So, yeah. And we're looking for a duplicate spell. That would be amazing. All right, Smothering Tithe. Whenever we draw a card, you can create a treasure. That's cool. All right, swings in with the crew. We will block and take 2. Yeah, we're gonna go like that. This gives us a couple extra turns to find what we need. They can only pay for one of these guys, and yeah, this should work out. We have some really good draws. We can draw into River's Rebuke, which just bounces all of their stuff, and then we just straight up win. Down to 6, kill some of their stuff. Alright, yeah, Smothering Tithe. Yeah, that resolves. I could pay 2. We're going to decline. That's fine. I don't think there's really anything... And opponent skips it up. I don't think we had lethal. He was actually pretty close, but he would have to find something to do the extra 2 damage there. Alrighty. Hey, we're up against Jeremy Knoll again. See if we actually want to do that. Double Incubation Druid's not bad. I mean, we have the ramp up for what we're looking for. We can duplicate one of these guys. He's actually keeping it. So we'll then stream. We'll see if he plays this all the way out. Yeah, Breeding Pool. Alright, well, we are on the Biogenic Ooze plan. For sure. So what we want to do is we actually are going to quasi-duplicate 1 time for the Druid, I think, beforehand. Hinterland Harbor's great here. Alright, so let's see. I guess we just Druid again, and then we have Biogenic Ooze on the next turn. And yeah, just pass the turn. So this is the Simic Ascendancy deck, I believe, that he's trying out here. With just Merfolk, which you can just get really good Merfolk as well. But yep, Cervical Adept, putting counters on a ton of things everywhere. Scary stuff here. Counters going everywhere. Yep, no blocks. Taking our beats. Well, this River's Rebuke is going to be amazing as well. But we are going to Biogenic Ooze. And create some counters, pass the turn. We might just Tendershoot Dryad as well next turn because it's a little bit better for blocking to have the Saplings come out every turn. And they're pretty big blockers. But at the same time, more Biogenic Ooze is not bad. Alright, they're going to swing in. We are totally fine killing this guy. Totally fine with that. Alright, Hinterland Harbor. And let's see here. How much mana do we got? Alright, let's just go for a Tendershoot Dryad. And no attacks. Yep, gonna put a counter on him. So, I mean, our Biogenic Ooze isn't getting as much value right now. I think against this deck, this is where you want to play the Tendershoot Dryad. I mean, having multiple things is just the best way to go. We get to our Ascend so much quicker. But next turn, we quasi-duplicate maybe both of these just for the fun of it. And that'd be pretty fun. We could also River's Rebuke and probably just win. We'll block one of them. Yep, down to 6. That's bad. Alright, well, I think we're looking for land here, or another Biogenic Ooze. Which, Metamorphic Alteration is just better. So, Metamorphic Alteration, yeah, so here we go. So, target creature and choose this guy. Alright, so another Tendershoot Dryad and another Biogenic Ooze. Why not? And no attacks. Yeah, put a couple counters on everything. Yeah, create some saplings, you know, just do the basic fun stuff you can do. And so we can definitely River's Rebuke next turn, probably for the win. I kind of want to see how big this can go. Is that mean? I don't know. It seems really fun. Like I feel bad because like this is another streamer doing stuff, and you know he probably wants some good content, but his good content can be my good content. Just saying. So there's a Q-Mana. Q-Mana is actually good. That could. I think this only makes Q-Mana come back. So the thing is if he has enough ways to give him counters, we could just like lose on the next turn. Well, let's see here. Play Island. How much mana we got? Alright, we're gonna go for the mean plan instead. No, okay. River's Rebuke. Rebuke you. Everything gets bounced. We swing in with everything, even our 0-2, and yeah, that's right. Woo, man, this deck is feeling good. We're gonna go for one more. I usually only do 3 games, but this one deserves 4. Well, it looks like we're coming up against a lot of the same people here. So this is Electric again, and we're gonna keep it this one. Not too shabby at all. Yeah, not too terribly shabby. Godless Shrine. Well, land is perfect. We like land. That gets us closer to Tendershoe Dryad. So we're looking for another mana ramp spell. So Llanowar, any of our elves. Mirror Image would also work just fine here next turn. Alright, Tithe Taker. Biogenic Ooze is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And actually, we probably will just replicate here because we do have this metamorphic alteration as well and quasi-duplicate. So, the thing is we don't have 2 blue mana. So we're going to have to go on the Tendershoe Dryad instead. Alright, so target this guy. So now we have some more mana. It's an expensive way to get one more land down, but works pretty well for what we're trying. No blocks. Down to 18. So this is the Spirits deck. We were playing against this before, and it does look very spirity. So let's go ahead and we'll Biogenic Ooze. So getting that game plan going again. So Biogenic Ooze, put some counters on, pass the turn. We can just keep playing those each turn. I mean, having a bunch in hand is not bad either. The one thing is if we play Tendershoe Dryad, we can get some better value altogether, I think. Yep, favorable wins. No blocks. And we can swing back for quite a bit of damage, really. Helm of the Host is fun as well, but let's just go for another Biogenic Ooze. That is the plan today. We are oozing. I love the fart every time. Oh, well, these guys get bigger, but we also are probably going to have to start swinging in. You know, actually, no attacks. If they want to swing, they have to swing through our guys. So that gives them it takes another turn for them to do anything. And our guys are getting pretty big. It's so fun. Like, this is actually a pretty legitimate plan, too. I mean, the biggest thing is when you're up against the decks that are just straight up removal. Like, they kill everything that's a 2-2 in the world, always. And that's just me, but... Alright, well, let's go ahead and Tendershoe Dryad, I guess, since we ran out of oozes. Opponent's like, what? Is that even legal? It's not. It really isn't. So unfortunately, not drawing into our second blue source here. Pretty interesting looking for these guys. We will swing in with our 5/5s because they can. You know, actually, they didn't swing in. Let's just keep let's keep building up this board for a little bit. There's some good stuff we can do. And the other thing too is if we draw another land, we can just start creating more oozes as well, just get bigger and bigger. But that's not as much fun as just... Ooh, Wrath. Alright, Wrath is good for them. With the Afterlife. So, I mean, if we had been aggressive and swinging in, it would have been a lot better. Yep, decline. And now we are pretty much dead unless we draw land. Zagana could bring us back here, but ain't too sure about that. Surf of the Scales. Well, I got a little greedy there. And now if we had been drawing land, we would have at least had a chance for River's Rebuke here, but didn't even think about the Wrath, and it makes sense they'd be playing it. But, yep, decline, and Helm of the Host, and then we will concede. Alright. Ooh, man. Alright, so let me know what you guys think about Biogenic Duplicate. Super, super fun deck to play. I'm going to be playing that. Like, I build decks pretty often, and I like almost every deck I play, but there's some that I like will specifically save. Like, these are one of the decks that I will just play for fun, and this is one of those. Like, this is one of those decks that, if ever it works, it's just so funny. Like, anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I do. If it's just me laughing here by myself, I'm sorry. I'm weird like that. But please subscribe, like everything, and you guys are awesome. I really, really appreciate you guys being here. It's been amazing. And please keep showing the support. It really helps me out a ton and my family. And anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.